Rian had always thought life on Vetra was simple and comfortable. The human colony spread across the planet's gentle valleys and glowing forests. Vetra was different from Earth. The sky shimmered in soft greens and blues because of the atmosphere, and the stars always looked unusually close. Humans here had adapted to the planet over generations, growing stronger, faster, and more aware of their surroundings. One of the simplest adaptations was the way people lived their private lives. Sleeping naked was normal. It had never been strange. It was natural, a symbol of trust in oneself and in the colony. Ryan often laughed with his friends about how outsiders would find their habits odd. He had never questioned it. It had always been part of his life. Ryan lived alone in a small apartment built near the edge of the forest. His home was simple but efficient. The walls glowed softly at night to mimic the stars. A small energy lab filled one corner, with equipment humming gently and panels lighting up as they monitored energy flows around the planet. Ryan worked as a technician in the colony's energy division, helping to maintain the generators and the power systems that kept Vetra alive. Humans had created an energy network that flowed through the planet naturally, drawing power from the magnetic fields and the vibrations of the planet's core. It was advanced technology, and Ryan had spent years learning how to control it. On this morning, Ryan woke up in his usual way. The first light of Vetra's sun crept through his window, coloring the room in soft greens and golds. He stretched, enjoying the quiet hum of life outside his home. Birds with translucent wings glided through the forest. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of wet soil and flowers that glowed faintly in the early light. Ryan had never felt unsafe here. The colony was peaceful, and humans had learned to live with the planet, not against it. But that morning was different. Ryan felt a strange vibration in the air, something unusual, but not loud. He opened his eyes fully and noticed a faint blue light flickering near his window. He blinked several times, wondering if it was a reflection or a trick of his mind. The light did not move like the sun. It shimmered and shifted, almost as if it was alive. His curiosity grew stronger than his usual calm. He got out of bed and walked slowly toward the window. As he approached, the light seemed to pulse in response to his movement. That was when he saw it. A figure hovered just outside his window. It was humanoid in shape, but unlike any human he had ever seen. Its body glowed softly, and it seemed to float in the air without moving any limbs. Rayon's heart raced. He felt fear and wonder at the same time. This was impossible. There had never been another being on Vetra besides humans, yet here it was right outside his home. The figure tilted slightly as if acknowledging him. Then, without speaking, it began to communicate. Not with words, but with images and feelings that Rayon could see in his mind. He staggered back, stunned by the clarity of the thoughts flowing into him. He saw visions of Vetra from space with a massive cosmic wave heading toward the planet. It was not just a storm or an asteroid. It was something different, something dangerous that could destroy the colony if nothing was done. The being wanted him to understand the threat. Ryan felt a mix of confusion and responsibility. He had never seen anything like this before. No human had. He wondered if anyone would believe him if he told them. Would the colony leaders think he was dreaming or imagining things? He shook his head to clear his thoughts. He needed to understand the figure's message better. The figure showed him something else. It revealed the humans of Vetra not as weak or ordinary, but as beings with unique abilities. Over generations, humans had evolved faster here than anyone expected. Their bodies and minds could adapt to energy flows in ways that might help protect the planet. Ryan saw flashes of energy connecting to humans, highlighting the potential hidden inside every person. It was a powerful vision, and Ryan realized that humans might be the key to saving themselves. The figure then disappeared, leaving only the faint glow of the morning light in his room. Ryan stood still, trying to process everything he had seen. Was it a dream? A hallucination? He did not think so. The images and the feelings were too vivid, too real. He knew he had to act, even if no one else would understand. He dressed quickly and made his way to the lab. The equipment hummed as usual, but Ryan's mind was racing. He started analyzing energy patterns near Vetra, trying to find anything unusual. The sensors showed small fluctuations in the planet's magnetic fields, patterns that had never appeared before. They were subtle but aligned with the vision the figure had given him. Something was coming, and he needed to be ready. Ryan decided to visit the colony council. He knew it would be difficult to convince them, but he had to try. He walked through the glowing streets, observing humans going about their morning routines. Some practiced meditation in the open air, connecting with the planet's energy. Others trained in zero-gravity chambers to strengthen their bodies. Everyone seemed peaceful and unaware of the danger approaching. Ryan felt a weight in his chest. He was the only one who knew what was coming. At the council chamber, Ryan presented his findings. He described the figure, the visions, and the unusual energy patterns. The council members listened carefully, but skepticism was clear in their eyes. "Ryan, you must understand," one elder said. "We have faced energy fluctuations before. Nothing here can threaten the colony. Perhaps your mind is tired from the lab work." Ryan shook his head. "It is not fatigue. I saw it, I felt it. Something is coming, and it is powerful. We cannot wait until it is too late." Despite his words, the council dismissed his warnings for the time being. They suggested he continue monitoring the energy, but they would not take any action. Ryan left the chamber frustrated, but he was not defeated. He knew he had to find a way to act, even alone. Back in his home, Ryan prepared his lab for deeper analysis. He examined every energy sensor, adjusting them to detect anomalies far beyond normal ranges. He ran simulations trying to predict the path of the cosmic wave. Every model showed the same result. If no action was taken, Vetra would face serious danger. As the day passed, Ryan could not shake the memory of the glowing figure. It had shown him the potential within humans, but he did not fully understand how to use it yet. He needed to communicate with the being again. He built a device capable of detecting unusual energy forms and hoped it would reach the figure. That night, Ryan returned to his bedroom and lay down, watching the stars. He felt a strange mixture of fear and hope. Fear of what was coming, hope that humans could rise to the challenge. Vetra was home, and he could not let it be destroyed. Suddenly, the blue glow appeared again, this time stronger. The figure hovered in the same spot, and Ryan felt the mental connection re-establish instantly. The being's thoughts were clearer now. It encouraged him to trust himself and to explore the hidden strengths humans had developed. It showed how energy could be redirected through living beings to stabilize dangerous forces. Ryan understood that humans were not just inhabitants of Vetra. They were protectors, capable of extraordinary things if guided properly. Ryan sat up, feeling determination fill him. This was the beginning of a journey that would test everything he knew. He would need courage, intelligence, and trust in the unseen potential of humanity. He had awakened to something incredible, something that would change his life forever. The ordinary life he had known was ending. A new chapter had begun, one that would reveal the true power of humans on Vetra. Ryan felt the weight of responsibility, but also a thrill he had never known. He was ready to face the unknown and discover what it truly meant to be human in a universe full of challenges. Ryan woke early the next morning, his mind still buzzing from the encounter with the glowing figure. The memory of the being's presence stayed vivid in his thoughts. He had never experienced anything like it. Its message had been clear yet mysterious. Vetra's future was in danger, but he now understood that humans themselves could be the key to preventing disaster. The challenge was enormous, and he could not share it with just anyone. He dressed quickly and headed to his lab. The sunrise painted the sky in green and gold streaks, a color that always filled him with calm and energy. Birds with transparent wings glided silently through the air, and the soft hum of the colony's energy network flowed beneath his feet. The world seemed peaceful, but Ryan knew that appearance could be deceiving. Something unseen was approaching, and time was running out. Ryan began scanning the skies and the energy fields surrounding the colony. His equipment was sensitive, designed to detect the subtlest variations in Vetra's natural energy. He carefully adjusted the sensors, focusing on unusual frequencies that might indicate something unknown. Hours passed as he worked, and nothing appeared at first. He began to doubt whether the figure would return, whether it was truly real. Just as the afternoon sun touched the horizon, a familiar glow appeared outside his window. The figure hovered again, its light calm but brilliant. Rand's heart raced. He approached carefully, unsure how to act, yet unable to resist the need for answers. This time, the figure extended its presence into his mind more fully. Images and sensations flowed into him, clear and urgent. The figure showed him visions of Vetra from above. Waves of energy, unlike anything humans had seen before, moved through space toward the planet. They were not storms or meteors, but something alive with cosmic force. The figure's communication was different this time. It was not just a warning, but a guide. It revealed that humans could interact with the energy in ways that the machines could not. Humans could act as conduits, focusing and redirecting energy to stabilize dangerous forces. Ryan staggered back, trying to take it all in. He realized that the figure was not hostile. It wanted to help. It had chosen him because of his curiosity, his intelligence, and his willingness to see beyond what was ordinary. He felt a strange trust building inside him. For the first time, he believed in the impossible. The figure then demonstrated something more. It projected images of humans in motion, their bodies glowing faintly as they interacted with energy flows. Each human contributed in a unique way. Some absorbed energy, some redirected it, and others transformed it into safe forms. Ryan understood that the potential was in every person, waiting to be awakened. The figure's message was clear. If humans could harness their abilities together, they could protect Vetra from the approaching cosmic threat. Ryan felt a rush of determination. He knew he could not face this alone. He needed help, but he also needed to be careful. The Colony Council had already dismissed his warnings once. If he went to them again, they might reject him or worse, interfere. He decided to find a few trusted friends, people who were intelligent, open-minded, and skilled. Together, they could explore the figure's guidance and prepare for what was coming. He reached out to his colleague Talon, a young scientist who specialized in energy mapping. Talon was curious and fearless, always willing to explore new ideas. Rion explained the situation cautiously, describing the figure, the visions, and the unusual energy patterns. Talon's eyes widened in disbelief, but after hours of careful examination, even he could not deny the strange fluctuations in the energy fields. "This is incredible," Talon said finally. "I have never seen anything like this. If what you say is true, we need to act fast. But we must be careful. Others will not understand," Ryan nodded. "I know. That is why we cannot involve everyone yet. We must study this quietly and figure out how humans can use their potential to respond to this energy. The figure showed me a way, but we need to test it." They spent the next days building small devices and experiments to understand the figure's instructions. They discovered that humans could absorb energy into their bodies and redirect it safely. It was subtle at first, a faint connection that required focus and training. But even the smallest success filled them with hope. Rion realized that humans had evolved not only to survive on Vetra, but also to interact with the universe in ways they had never imagined. The colony remained unaware of the growing threat. Ryan and Talon moved carefully, balancing their research with their normal duties. They explored the patterns of energy fluctuations. Observing how the natural flows of Vetra responded to human presence, Ryan noticed that when humans concentrated, the energy responded like a living organism, flowing toward and through them. It was remarkable and beautiful, like a dance between life and the planet itself. One evening, the figure returned again. Its glow was stronger and its presence more focused. It projected images of the approaching cosmic force, showing how it could disrupt energy flows on Vetra and endanger the colony. But it also reinforced the message that humans held the power to counter it. The figure encouraged Ryan to trust the human's potential and to teach others to focus and connect with the energy. Ryan felt a deep responsibility. He understood that the figure had chosen him not only to see the danger, but to guide humans in discovering their abilities. He began developing exercises and techniques to train others, starting with Talon. They practiced daily, experimenting with concentration, movement, and focus. Slowly, they learned to sense and redirect energy. The first successes were small, but they were real. As the cosmic force approached, Ryan realized that time was running short. He needed a larger team, and he needed to convince some others to believe in the potential within themselves. He chose 3 more friends: Nira, a strategist and teacher who could guide people; Kale, an engineer who could adapt machines to enhance energy focus; and Lauren, a medic with knowledge of human physiology and stamina. Together, the 5 of them formed a team ready to explore human potential and prepare for the coming challenge. The team met in secret, using Ryan's lab as their base. They began training with discipline and care. Each person contributed their strengths, learning to sense energy, redirect it, and work together. The exercises were tiring and difficult, but each success brought new confidence. Rian felt hope for the first time in days. Humans were not helpless. They were extraordinary, capable of feats that even advanced technology could not achieve. Meanwhile, unusual changes began appearing across Vetra. Energy fluctuations created small shifts in gravity, and lights flickered in some areas of the colony. People noticed but could not explain the phenomena. Panic did not spread yet, but the signs were clear. The cosmic force was drawing closer, and the planet was responding. Ryan and his team understood that preparation was urgent. One night, as Ryan trained alone, the figure appeared once more. It showed him a vision of the cosmic energy interacting with the humans' focused abilities. Rion saw how people could form a network, linking their minds and bodies to guide energy safely. It was a delicate balance. One mistake could cause the energy to spiral out of control. But it was also a chance to show the full potential of humans on Vetra. Rian felt both fear and exhilaration. He knew the challenge ahead was enormous, but he also understood that humans were capable of extraordinary things when they trusted themselves and each other. He had awakened to something greater than himself, and he could not turn back. The night passed quietly, with only the soft hum of the energy network in the background. Ryan lay awake, thinking of the team, the figure, and the approaching cosmic force. He felt determination grow stronger in him. They would face this together, and humans would rise to meet the challenge. The ordinary life of quiet routines and peaceful days was ending. A new chapter had begun, one filled with danger, discovery, and the remarkable potential of humanity. Ryan understood that humans had been given a choice: to remain ordinary or to embrace the extraordinary abilities that had quietly developed over generations. The decision was theirs, and soon they would have to act. As dawn approached, Ryan looked out over the glowing forests and the distant mountains of Vetra. The planet seemed calm, almost unaware of the storm approaching from the stars. But Rion knew better. He had seen the future through the figure's visions, and he had felt the power that humans could wield. The responsibility weighed on him, but it also filled him with hope. Humans were not powerless. They were capable, resilient, and intelligent. They were ready to face the unknown. Rian closed his eyes for a moment, letting the calm of the early morning settle over him. The figure had shown him the path, but the journey was only beginning. He would guide his team, awaken human potential, and prepare for the challenge that would test everything they knew. The adventure ahead was uncertain, but one thing was clear. Humans on Vetra had the power to change their fate, and Rian would ensure they realized it. Ryan had never felt so much responsibility in his life. The glowing figure had shown him the potential within humans, but the challenge ahead was enormous. The cosmic force was closer now, and strange changes in Vetra's energy fields were becoming more noticeable. Small tremors shook parts of the colony, and lights flickered unpredictably. Most people dismissed these events as minor technical glitches or natural fluctuations. But Ryan knew better. He met his team early that morning. Talon, Nira, Kale, and Lauren gathered in the lab, each looking both excited and anxious. They had been practicing energy focus for days, and the progress was remarkable. Even small successes gave them confidence. Rion stood before them, his eyes steady, and explained the next step. "We cannot wait for the colony to notice the threat," Rion said. "We must learn how to use our abilities more effectively. Humans are capable of controlling and redirecting energy, but we need precision and teamwork. Each of us has a role. Each connection matters." Nira nodded, her calm demeanor helping steady the group. "We have practiced individually. Now we must practice together. Coordination will be key. The energy we deal with is alive in its own way, and it will respond to our focus." The team began the exercises immediately. They formed a circle in the lab, concentrating on the hum of the energy network surrounding Vetra. At first, nothing happened. Then gradually, they felt the subtle vibrations of the planet's energy respond to their presence. Ryan's heart leapt. It was working. Each team member focused their intent, and together they created a small, controlled flow of energy that pulsed gently through the room. "It's real," Kyle whispered. "We are actually doing it." "Yes," Ryan said quietly. "And we must keep practicing. This is only the beginning." Over the next few days, the team trained tirelessly. They explored new ways to direct energy, combining movement, thought, and focus. They discovered that humans could not only redirect energy, but also absorb it temporarily, stabilizing fluctuations that threatened to disrupt Vetra's natural balance. Each success increased their confidence, but it also made the coming challenge feel more urgent. Meanwhile, the Colony Council remained skeptical. Reports of minor energy disturbances reached their ears, but they dismissed them as natural anomalies. Rian realized that if he wanted the colony to survive, he would need evidence they could not ignore. He began designing a series of experiments that could demonstrate the human connection to energy in a controlled way. One evening, as the team worked late in the lab, the glowing figure appeared again. Its light filled the room, soft but unmistakable. This time, the being communicated more clearly, showing images of the cosmic force approaching and how it interacted with energy fields on a large scale. Rian and his team watched intently, understanding that their training would need to scale up dramatically to match the threat. The figure then revealed something astonishing. It showed that humans had evolved beyond simple survival. Their bodies and minds were capable of interacting with energy in ways that could influence even cosmic forces. This evolution had occurred slowly, almost unnoticed, and only on Vetra. Rian realized that humans were not just inhabitants of the colony. They were uniquely equipped to protect their planet. The team discussed this revelation late into the night. Lauren, the medic, spoke first. If this is true, then we have a responsibility not just to ourselves but to everyone on Vetra. We need to train more people. We cannot face this alone, Nira agreed. We need volunteers who are willing to learn and focus. This will require trust, patience, and courage. Not everyone will be ready, but those who are could make the difference between survival and disaster. Rian nodded. We will start with a small group. We must prepare carefully. The cosmic force is close and we cannot waste time. The next morning, Rian approached the Colony Council again. This time, he presented a controlled demonstration. He and his team created a small but visible energy pulse, directing it precisely through their bodies and amplifying it safely across the lab. The sensors recorded the event, showing clear evidence of human interaction with the planet's energy. The council members watched in astonishment. Some were skeptical, but others could not deny the readings. The elder who had dismissed Rian before leaned forward, eyes wide. This is remarkable. Humans are capable of influencing energy in ways we never imagined. How did you achieve this? Rian explained briefly, careful not to reveal the full extent of the figure's guidance. We discovered that humans can focus energy within themselves and redirect it. With training, this can be used to stabilize dangerous fluctuations in the planet's energy fields. We are still learning, but the potential is extraordinary. The council debated quietly among themselves. Some members worried about the risks, while others recognized the urgent need to act. Finally, they agreed to allow Rian to train a select group of colonists. It was a cautious step, but it gave him the support he needed to expand the effort. Rian and his team began recruiting volunteers. They sought people who were intelligent, disciplined, and willing to learn. Each recruit underwent training in meditation, focus, and energy awareness. Slowly, the group grew, and with each new member, the team's ability to sense and control energy increased. The lab became a hub of concentrated human potential, a place where ordinary people were discovering extraordinary abilities. As the cosmic force drew nearer, signs of its presence became impossible to ignore. Energy surges shook parts of the colony, creating flickers in lights and minor tremors in buildings. Some colonists panicked, but Rian's growing team was ready. They focused their energy, stabilizing small areas and preventing damage. Each success reinforced the idea that humans could influence the world around them in ways previously thought impossible. Rian felt a mixture of pride and urgency. The team was growing stronger, but the challenge ahead was immense. The cosmic force was massive, and its energy was unlike anything humans had encountered. Preparation was critical. He worked tirelessly with Talon, Nira, Kale, and Lauren, refining techniques and exploring new ways to channel human potential. One evening, while observing the energy flows, Rian noticed something unusual. A small area of the planet's magnetic field seemed to respond independently, as if it were alive. He realized that Vetra itself might be sentient in a subtle way, responding to the human's focus and energy. This insight opened a new avenue of thought. Perhaps humans and Vetra could work together to counter the cosmic threat, each amplifying the other's abilities. The team experimented with this idea, directing energy through carefully chosen points on the planet and observing its response. The results were promising. Energy flows became more stable, and small disturbances dissipated quickly. Ryan felt a growing sense of hope. Humans were not powerless. They were becoming something more, guardians of their planet and its energy. Despite the progress, challenges remained. Not everyone in the colony believed in Ryan's work. Some whispered doubts and fear, warning that focusing on invisible forces was dangerous. Ryan knew that he could not convince everyone, but he also understood that belief and focus were critical for success. Those who doubted could not participate, and that was acceptable. The mission required trust and discipline. One night, as Ryan rested briefly in the lab, the glowing figure appeared again. It conveyed images of the approaching cosmic force and showed how it interacted with both the planet and humans. The being emphasized the importance of teamwork and precision. Every human connection mattered. Every focused mind contributed to stabilizing the energy. Mistakes could be costly, but coordinated effort could change the outcome entirely. Ryan studied the images carefully. He realized that the upcoming challenge was not simply about survival. It was an opportunity to reveal the true potential of humans on Vetra. Their evolution, their intelligence, and their capacity to focus energy were unique gifts. If they succeeded, it would demonstrate that humans were extraordinary in ways the universe had never seen before. The following days were intense. Training intensified with longer sessions and more complex exercises. The team learned to sense distant energy fluctuations, coordinate their efforts across greater distances, and adapt to unexpected changes. Each success built confidence but also revealed the need for constant vigilance. The cosmic force was approaching faster than they had anticipated, and time was limited. As the first signs of the cosmic wave appeared in the skies above Vetra, Rion knew that the true test was near. The planet responded to their preparations, energy flows stabilizing in areas where humans focus their abilities. Yet the scale of the challenge was enormous. The cosmic force could affect areas far beyond their immediate reach, and the team needed to expand their network of trained volunteers quickly. Ryan gathered the team one last time before initiating the next phase. "We have come far," he said, "but the real challenge begins now. We have the potential, the knowledge, and the determination. Trust in yourselves, trust in each other, and trust in what humans can do. Together, we can protect Vetra. Together, we can face the unknown and succeed." The team nodded, their determination clear. They had grown from a small group of curious individuals into a network of focused humans, capable of sensing and influencing the energy of their planet. Ryan felt pride and hope. Humans were extraordinary, and The sky above Vetra began to shift, a subtle glow that turned gradually brighter as the cosmic force drew closer. Humans in the colony noticed small tremors, and the energy network that flowed through the planet flickered unpredictably. Light swayed and flickered, buildings hummed with unusual vibrations, and the forest seemed to shimmer unnaturally. Most colonists were curious, not yet fearful, but the signs were undeniable. Ryan had been preparing for this moment for weeks, yet the reality of the approaching force filled him with both urgency and awe. He gathered his team early in the morning. Talon, Nira, Kale, and Lauren were already present in the lab, each focused and disciplined. The team had grown through training and experimentation, and now they were ready to test their abilities on a larger scale. Ryan addressed them, his voice steady but intense. "The time has come," he said. "The energy fluctuations are increasing, and the cosmic force is very near. We will begin by stabilizing the areas closest to the colony. This will require focus, teamwork, and complete trust in each other. Every person matters. Our coordination will determine the success of this effort." The team moved quickly, setting up a perimeter around the colony. Volunteers trained in energy focus joined them, forming a network that extended in every direction. Ryan instructed each person carefully, explaining how to sense and redirect energy. They concentrated on their breathing, their movements, and their awareness of the planet. Slowly, the vibrations of Vetra began to respond to their presence. For the first hour, the energy pulses were subtle. Small fluctuations stabilized and minor tremors eased. Rion felt a sense of cautious hope. This was working. The human potential that had seemed abstract in the lab was now tangible, flowing through the planet like a living force. But the cosmic force was not passive. Suddenly, a massive surge of energy rippled through the sky. Clouds twisted unnaturally and the ground trembled. The colony shook, sending some colonists running in panic. Lights flickered violently and energy readings spiked beyond any previous levels. Ryan's heart raced. This was the real test. Focus, he shouted. Feel the energy. Direct it. Work together. The team responded immediately. Each person extended their awareness, sensing the chaotic energy and channeling it through their bodies. Their combined focus created a controlled current that pulsed outward, stabilizing sections of the colony. Tremors slowed and the lights began to glow steadily again. Ryan realized that this was just the beginning. The cosmic force would not stop, and they had to remain vigilant. The glowing figure appeared beside Ryan as if drawn to the intensity of the energy. Its presence was reassuring, projecting confidence and clarity into his mind. Images of the cosmic force flowed into him, showing how it interacted with Vetra. The figure highlighted areas of instability and suggested adjustments in technique and coordination. Ryan understood immediately. This was a partnership. Humans, Vetra, and the guiding intelligence were now working together against a cosmic threat. Hours passed, and the team faced wave after wave of energy disturbances. Each surge was stronger than the last, testing their focus and endurance. Volunteers were exhausted, their bodies and minds pushed to the limits, yet they persisted. The exercises in the lab had prepared them, but reality was more intense than any simulation. Ryan felt pride in their determination and strength. Humans were extraordinary, more capable than even he had imagined. During a particularly strong surge, Cale noticed a pattern in the energy flow. "Ryan, look," he shouted. "The waves are not random. They respond to our focus, but they have a rhythm. If we synchronize with it, we can amplify our effect." Ryan adjusted their approach. The team concentrated on the rhythm, feeling it pulse beneath the planet and through their own bodies. Slowly, the chaotic waves began to stabilize. Energy that had threatened to destabilize the colony was now guided safely through the network of humans. The strategy worked better than expected. Each person's focus multiplied the collective effect, showing that teamwork and trust could amplify their potential dramatically. Even with success, the challenge was far from over. The cosmic force began to expand its reach beyond the colony. Forests at the edges of settlements shimmered and swayed. Energy surges affected rivers and mountains emitted strange vibrations. Ryan realized that the full scale of the phenomenon would test every trained human on Vetra. He began sending messages to other settlements, recruiting more volunteers who could be trained in energy focus. By evening, the team had grown. Scores of humans concentrated across the planet, creating a network that spread over vast areas. Each person played a role, sensing disturbances and redirecting energy. The glowing figure moved alongside Ryan, guiding them and projecting strategies for optimal coordination. Ryan felt a deep sense of unity. Humans, Vetra, and the guiding intelligence were working together seamlessly. But the cosmic force was clever. It adapted to their efforts, sending unexpected surges to areas beyond their network. Some volunteers struggled and minor tremors affected buildings and energy systems. Panic threatened to spread, but Ryan remained calm. He focused on the task, projecting confidence and direction to the team. His voice, steady and assured, became an anchor. "Do not fear," Ryan shouted. "We are capable. We are ready. Trust your focus." With renewed determination, the team extended their efforts. Each surge of energy was met with precise focus. Volunteers synchronized their breathing, their thoughts, and their movements. The planet itself seemed to respond, energy flows smoothing as if the land were alive and cooperating. Ryan realized that humans and Vetra were not separate. The planet's energy and human potential were intertwined, each amplifying the other. Night fell over Vetra, and the cosmic force began its largest surge yet. The sky glowed with unnatural colors and massive energy waves moved across the landscape. Even the strongest volunteers felt strain, their bodies trembling from exertion. Ryan's team faced the challenge directly, channeling every ounce of focus and skill they had developed. Ryan concentrated, sensing each wave and guiding the humans. Their combined focus created a protective network that extended across the colony. Tremors slowed, light stabilized, and forests stopped swaying violently. The cosmic force was immense, yet the humans' determination proved powerful. During the peak of the surge, Nira noticed a specific energy pattern that could be redirected to lessen the impact on critical areas. "Ryan," she called. "Focus with me. We can channel it safely." Ryan nodded and joined her. feeling their combined energy ripple outward. Volunteers followed, synchronizing with the flow. Slowly, the surge was guided through safe paths, dissipating naturally and leaving minimal disruption. The team had succeeded, but exhaustion and tension were visible on every face. After hours of continuous effort, the cosmic force finally receded slightly. The sky returned to a calmer glow, though the energy network remained active. The team collapsed in relief, their bodies trembling from exertion but their spirits lifted by success. Ryan looked around at the exhausted faces of his team. Pride swelled in his chest. Humans were capable of extraordinary things. They had faced the unknown and proven their potential. The glowing figure appeared one last time that night. It conveyed images of gratitude and guidance, showing that their efforts had not gone unnoticed. The cosmic force was not entirely gone, but humans had learned how to respond. Their training and focus had stabilized critical areas and revealed their potential as guardians of the planet. Ryan sat quietly afterward, feeling the weight of the day's events. The ordinary life he had known was gone. Humans on Vetra had awakened to their capabilities and had faced a challenge that no machine or ordinary method could overcome. The team had grown stronger, their confidence and skill reinforced by success. But Ryan knew this was only the beginning. The cosmic force was still present and more challenges would come. Humans had proven their potential, yet they needed to continue developing their abilities, expanding their network, and preparing for whatever might arise next. As dawn approached, Ryan stepped outside, looking over the glowing forest and the distant mountains. The planet seemed calm, but he knew it was alive with energy, ready to respond to the humans who had learned to focus and guide it. The figure had shown him that humans were extraordinary, capable of rising to challenges that would have seemed impossible before. Ryan took a deep breath, feeling determination and hope flow through him. Humans had faced the unknown and proven their strength. The planet, the team, and the guiding intelligence had worked together to overcome the first major challenge. The future was uncertain, but one truth was clear. Humans on Vetra had the power to shape their destiny, and they would continue to rise to meet whatever came next. The night faded, and Vetra's sky returned to its gentle glow. The planet, alive with energy and potential, seemed to breathe with relief. Ryan felt the weight of responsibility, but also the thrill of possibility. The challenge had been immense, but humans had met it, and in doing so, they had begun a journey that would reveal the true power and resilience of humanity in a universe full of unknown wonders. Ryan stood at the center of the colony's main energy hub, his eyes scanning the sky. The cosmic force had arrived in full, its presence overwhelming even the trained senses of humans. Waves of energy surged across Vetra, shaking the ground and stirring the glowing forests. Tremors rattled buildings and lights flickered unpredictably. The entire planet seemed alive, reacting to the immense force. Ryan knew this was the moment they had been preparing for. The time for practice and smaller efforts was over. Now humans had to face the threat head-on. The team gathered around him, each person focused and determined. Volunteers from across the colony joined them, forming a network that stretched beyond the city. Ryan could see the exhaustion on their faces, but he also saw unwavering resolve. They had trained for this, and now they were ready to act as one. "Remember everything we have practiced," Ryan said. "Focus on the energy. Trust each other. Trust yourselves. Humans have the power to rise above the ordinary, and now we must prove it. Together we can protect our planet." The cosmic force surged, and the sky lit with colors never before seen. Energy waves moved across the planet, threatening to disrupt the delicate balance that supported life. Ryan felt the vibrations beneath his feet and extended his awareness outward, sensing each pulse. The humans in the network responded immediately, focusing their minds and bodies, channeling the energy through their collective strength. The first waves were chaotic, stronger than anything they had faced in training. Volunteers struggled to maintain focus, and some faltered under the sheer intensity. Ryan adjusted quickly, sending guidance through mental signals and subtle gestures. The humans synchronized, their efforts combining to stabilize the most dangerous areas. Slowly, the first surge passed, leaving only minor tremors. Ryan felt a rush of hope. Humans could face the cosmic force and survive, but there was no time to rest. More energy waves followed, each one larger and more powerful. The sky twisted with colors and the ground shook violently. The forests shimmered as energy flowed through them, and rivers glowed faintly with electrical currents. Ryan knew they had to adapt constantly, using their abilities creatively to keep the planet safe. During a particularly massive surge, Kale shouted, "Ryan, we can redirect it through the mountains. They can act as natural conductors." Ryan nodded and guided the team to adjust their focus. Volunteers shifted their positions, directing energy toward stable geological formations. The cosmic waves responded, flowing safely along the paths humans had created. Tremors lessened, and the planet's energy network began to stabilize in areas under human focus. The method worked brilliantly, showing that humans and Vetra could work together as a single system. The glowing figure appeared beside Ryan, its light brighter than ever. It communicated without words, showing images of the cosmic force and illustrating optimal strategies for channeling energy. Ryan absorbed the guidance quickly, adjusting his team's actions. The humans became more precise and coordinated, their focus amplifying the effects across the planet. Each person's effort mattered, and together they were stronger than the immense force threatening them. Hours passed, each wave testing their strength and endurance. Humans faced exhaustion, but their determination never wavered. Ryan moved among them, giving guidance and encouragement. Volunteers found strength in his presence, knowing that they were not alone. Each success boosted morale, reinforcing the idea that humans could accomplish what no machine or ordinary method could. As the largest surge approached, the team prepared for their final effort. The sky above glowed with energy and the ground shook violently. Tremors threatened to destabilize structures and forests alike. Ryan focused his mind, extending his awareness across the network of humans and Vetra itself. The cosmic force was immense, but he felt the potential within every person, the strength of their training and the connection to the planet. "Now," he shouted. "Focus together. Channel the energy. Humans are extraordinary, and we will prove it." The team responded instantly. Breathing in unison, moving in coordinated patterns, they directed energy through their bodies and minds. Volunteers across the colony extended their focus, guiding the cosmic waves along safe paths. Mountains, rivers, and forests became conduits, amplifying human efforts. The energy flowed like a river under human control, chaotic at first but gradually stabilizing. Ryan felt the strength of the collective human network. Energy surged through their combined focus, interacting with Vetra's natural forces. Tremors lessened. The forest stopped shaking violently and rivers glowed steadily with energy flowing harmlessly. The cosmic waves were redirected, their destructive power neutralized. Humans had become the stabilizing force, demonstrating abilities that were previously unimaginable. Nira shouted over the hum of energy, "We can do this! Keep focusing! We are stronger than this force." Ryan felt a surge of pride and determination. Humans were rising to their potential. Their evolution, their intelligence, and their ability to work as one were proving that they could survive even in the most extreme circumstances. The cosmic force, immense and alien, had met resistance it had not expected. The figure appeared again, guiding Ryan and his team with subtle signals. They adjusted, fine-tuning their coordination and timing. Each wave was absorbed, redirected, and stabilized by the humans' efforts. The planet itself seemed to respond, energy flowing more smoothly than ever before. Vetra was alive with potential, a living partner in their struggle. Finally, after hours of continuous effort, the largest surge passed. The sky returned to its gentle glow. The forests stopped shimmering and the rivers flowed normally. Tremors ceased and light stabilized across the colony. Humans had successfully neutralized the cosmic threat. Exhausted but triumphant, the team collapsed in relief and elation. Ryan looked around at the faces of his team and the volunteers. Pride and awe filled him. Humans had faced the impossible and emerged victorious. They had proven their abilities not just as individuals, but as a connected network capable of extraordinary focus and control. Vetra was safe and the potential within humanity had been revealed. The glowing figure appeared one last time, conveying gratitude and encouragement. Its light filled Ryan's mind with images of the cosmic force retreating and the planet stabilizing. Humans had not only survived but had shown that their evolution and abilities were extraordinary. The figure's presence faded, leaving behind a sense of completion and possibility. Ryan stood in the center of the lab, looking at the volunteers who had joined their effort. Their faces were tired but bright with excitement. "We did it," he said softly, almost to himself. Humans did it, Kale smiled. We faced the unknown and proved that humans are capable of so much more than we imagined. Nira nodded. We have shown that our potential is real, that our connection to Vetra is powerful, and that together we can face any challenge. Talon added, This is only the beginning. We have learned what humans can do. We must continue to develop our abilities and protect our planet. The universe is vast and we are ready. Ryan felt a deep sense of satisfaction and hope. The cosmic threat had tested them, but it had also revealed the extraordinary potential within humans. They had learned to work as one, to focus their abilities and to interact with Vetra in ways that ensured survival. Humans were capable of incredible feats, and this was just the start of what they could accomplish. As the first light of Vetra's sun rose over the horizon, Ryan stepped outside. The planet glowed gently, calm and vibrant. Birds glided through the air, rivers shimmered with energy, and the forests swayed peacefully. Humans moved through the colony, some still tired from the night's effort, but all aware that they had done something remarkable. Ryan took a deep breath, feeling the energy of the planet flowing through him. He understood now that humans were not ordinary. They were extraordinary, capable of facing the unknown and overcoming challenges that had once seemed impossible. Their evolution, intelligence, and determination had proven that humanity could thrive even in the most extreme circumstances. The adventure had tested them, but it had also strengthened them. Humans on Vetra had risen to meet the cosmic threat and had discovered their true potential. They were no longer just survivors, they were protectors, guardians of their planet, and examples of what humanity could achieve when united and focused. Rion smiled, feeling the weight of responsibility but also the thrill of possibility. The universe was vast and full of unknown challenges, but humans had proven that they could rise to any occasion. Vetra was safe, their abilities had been revealed, and humanity had triumphed. The colony celebrated quietly, their relief and pride evident in every face. Humans had discovered that their potential was limitless, that their minds and bodies could interact with the universe in extraordinary ways. They had proven that courage, focus, and unity could overcome even the most immense challenges. Ryan looked out over the glowing forests and distant mountains, feeling a sense of calm and hope. Humans on Vetra had faced the unknown and succeeded. They had awakened to their potential and shown that humanity was capable of greatness. The future was bright and the possibilities were endless. With a deep breath, Ryan turned back to the team. This is only the beginning, he said.